Hello, this is Noreen Crone-Findlay from Crone-Findlay.com and TottyTalksCrafts.com. Today I'm going to show you how I weave triangles on the potholder loom. Now of course the potholder loom is square, but that doesn't mean that you can only weave squares on it. Not at all. What I've done is I figured out ways of weaving other shapes on the potholder loom. Now what you'll do is you're going to start, this is of course done with yarn, but you can do it with fabric strips as well. You tie your yarn to the lower right hand corner and you'll go up, and I am using 2 strands held together of sport weight yarn. Go up and down across the loom so that you have filled the loom with your yarn, your warp strands. Now you're going to need a hypotenuse to the triangle, and so that is going to go across the loom diagonally. Now take your yarn and go around the upper right hand peg. Now snip the yarn off the ball. Just a minute. Okay, and now you're going to want to tie off this lower left hand corner. What I do is I always reach through, pull up a loop, and then reach through that loop and pull up a second loop, and then I place that loop on, I just park it on the pegs on the left hand side of the loom. Now what you're going to do is you're going to do it's almost like a continuous weave. I'm going to just put this down here on the table because it's a little hard to do this up in the middle of the air, but I'll lift it up after to show you. Okay, so reach in with your weaving hook, go under 4, over 4, under, over 4 each time. You're going under and over with your weaving hook all the way across the loom. So you're going to do that right across the loom until you get to the far left hand corner. I would like you to see that a little better. Hopefully that's still in focus for you. See how it lays over the diagonal strands? Now what you're going to do is you're going to lift the first set of loops off the upper peg. You're going to catch the hook with those loops, and then you're going to scoot them through and put that loop on the first lower right hand peg. So I'm going to try lifting this up and see if I can do this in midair. Okay, and this time you're going over 4, under 4. Oops, my hook is caught there. Okay, over, under, over, under, over, under, all the way across. And when we get to this corner, it'll come out on top again, on top of the diagonal. Now we've lifted off the second set of loops and we scoot those through and place them on the far side of the loom, beat it down, and I'm going to just scoot over to another loom that I have moved along a little. Before I started the video, I did several of the strands because I want to be able to show you how to finish it. So what we're going to do is just quick like a bunny finish off the weaving. So you're always going over and under 4, and unless you're using bulky yarn, you probably just use a single strand of bulky, but or if you're using 3 strands, of course, you know, that's going to change your math. That'll mean 6 strands that you're going over under. So you're always working across the loom towards the diagonal strands. Then you lift the diagonal, you lift the warp strands over the diagonal and just keep going until you reach the upper corner on the right hand side. So of course, because you're moving through the shape of the triangle, each row gets shorter. And what I often do is just switch to a crochet hook at the end, so that I don't have, because I don't need the full length of the weaving hook. So I just do the last few rows. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I will lift this up again and show you. And we are almost, whoops, now sometimes you will have some of them popping off. Okay, those are the studio dogs doing their usual song and dance. It never fails. As soon as I start a video, they immediately start singing and dancing. And then we'll put that last one on there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to work down. We're going to chain. See, I'm going to take the triangle. I'm going to chain from the upper right hand corner down to the lower right hand side. So I lift off that last loop on the upper corner, and I just keep lifting off one loop at a time. I'm going to have to put this down because I'm banging the stand of the camera. So you just keep zipping along, picking up your loops along the right hand side and chaining them off. Now you're going to be able to adjust if the hypotenuse of the triangle, the diagonal side, needs a little adjustment, you'll be able to adjust by tugging on the cord at the lower left hand side. And if the corner at the upper right hand side needs adjusting, you'll be able to adjust by tugging on the starting corner yarn. So it lets you adjust, you know, to make the triangle pretty precise when you're finished. Now we're going to untie both corners, and I'm going to lift off the triangle off the loom, and I'm going to take, let's see, how's that one? That one's pretty good. I'm going to take that strand of yarn through that last the starting chain. Then I'm going to move over and check the diagonal, and gee, that's looking pretty good. If it wasn't, I would tug on the diagonal corner to tighten up the hypotenuse of the diagonal. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the lower left hand corner, and I'm just going to chain along the lower edge of the triangle. You shouldn't need to chain the diagonal edge, just the two short edges of the triangle. And once you've got them chained off, you'll have a gorgeous triangle that you can do all kinds of neat things with. So it goes very quickly, and it's neat too, of course, because you actually cut the yarn from the ball, so you're not dragging the ball of yarn along with you. You can actually load your loom and take it with you and work your triangle elsewhere. There you go. There we have a triangle woven on the potholder loom. So isn't that just the coolest thing? Talk to you soon. This is Noreen Crone-Findlay. Crone-Findlay.com is my website, and my blog is Totty Talks Crafts. And I'll be doing lots more really neat videos for you. Bye for now, and have a lovely yarny day.